Well, I thought we played our guts out, especially defensively. We knew that, obviously they were a good team. Obviously, Haynesville's one of the more storied programs in the state, any classification. Defensively, we played about as well as we could play. Gave up one score, a big run on a trap play. Couldn't ask much more from our defense. Offensively, we knew it'd be tough sledding. They're a really good defensive team, one of the better defensive teams in any classification on any level. I think there's several AAA and 4A schools that would tell you that. But had a couple touchdowns called back, Of course, obviously haven't had a chance to look at film yet. Don't know what the situation was. I do know both flags were behind the ball, which is frustrating as a coach when it doesn't matter, and both flags were thrown by the white hat, which means it's behind the ball. So I don't know what exactly happened. But had 2 touchdowns called back. Otherwise, the game's a little tighter. Obviously had a mental error on the blocked field goal, something that it's unfortunate, but those kind of things sometimes happen. Especially, you're sitting there and you're all keyed up to take a lead, and all of a sudden you get a flip like that in an instant, and you don't react. And then when you don't, of course, they ran the thing back for a touchdown. We didn't give any breaks, that's for sure. We were moving the ball. Our kids did a pretty good job up front for the most part. We knew we was going to have to grind it out. They're not going to give you the big play by the scheme of their defense or by the talent of the athletes they have on the field. But we did that. I think we had 3 or 4, maybe 5 good, solid drives, and then popped 2 of those at the end to get in the end zone, and again had them called back. Anytime we needed a break, it didn't seem like we got it. And a lot of that's by great effort by Haynesville. And I'm certainly not taking anything away from Haynesville. Those guys are an unbelievable program with unbelievable coaches and kids. It just, they graduate, I think, like almost everyone on offense and a couple on defense last year. I can't tell the difference looking at them. They're the same team year after year after year, and that's a great credit to that coaching staff. Well, yeah, in my career I've been in games like that. We certainly haven't been in a game necessarily like that this year, and I think they had us by a little bit in yardage in the first half, but they had, the Yeoman's part of that on one play. On the trap play, they broke for 70 or 80. After we'd played nice field position, Reeves did a great job punting them down tight, and they broke one play. But, in this game, it doesn't – we talk about time possessions, we talk about number of plays, we talk about a lot of things, but the only stat that matters is up there on that scoreboard. And they made 2 big plays, and we made no big plays, and that's the ball game. Well, we weren't panicked at halftime. We thought that we were dominating the first half as far as physicality. We thought we were getting the push we needed, and all we wanted to try to do was drive down and stick one in and cut it to 1 touchdown and get some of that momentum back. And then who knows what might happen. And we did that, but again, the touchdown got called back, and that penalty alone just sucks the wind out of you a little bit. You try not to let it, but it does. And in high school football, you don't get many possessions. It's short quarters. Things are rolling pretty good. They're certainly not going to throw it with a 16-point lead. We're not a great throwing football team, nor are they. So the game's short by nature. When you have those opportunities taken away by penalty, it's tough. Probably not. I think I said before the game that one of my close friends asked me what I thought the score would be, and I said I think it's a 1-touchdown game either way, and nobody's going to get over 20. That's kind of what I thought, because I thought defensively we had some things that we could do to stop them, and I knew defensively they were good enough to stop us. I knew it was not going to be a game of big, long yardage runs by our people. We were going to have to grind it out, and that kind of played true. We just unfortunately we didn't finish like we'd like on the end of those drives. Well, I think it's you have to understand, and I'm sure most of you folks do know, nothing's changed at Haynesville in literally 50 years. Nothing. And they're a wing T team, and they understand the concept. And our blocking schemes, a lot are derived from that concept. You're not going to fool them very much. Now, we did a couple of times on some things that are not necessarily wing T rule heavy, but to answer your question, you're not going to fool them guys with something they know so well. You're going to have to block and tackle. But we did a good job of that. And they're not going to fool us with their scheme either. And I thought we did a good job of stopping them. They did a good job of stopping us. They made a couple plays, and we didn't.
Knowing that we were down 16, we knew we could fight back because we've done it before. We've busted 16 points like it's no problem. But, they were up 16 just like that. So, we did feel a little pressure on us. But after half, we thought we were going to come back and at least tie it up.
When the thing was blocked, it shot behind us so big. The kids that were alert trying to find the football couldn't find it. And then we had some that dropped their head in disappointment. And that's at a young age, and I think even at an older age, when things don't go the way you hope that they go, it's easy to drop your head a little bit. And especially on a play that's a transition play like that, where you're looking to score, then all of a sudden it goes the other way. And by the time the kids that were looking for the ball found the ball, it was too late. and they had too much of a lead on us. You're not going to catch them from behind, just like you're not going to catch us from behind. But it's one of those things that rarely happens. Happened tonight. The best bunch of seniors I've ever had, in many, many ways. Certainly winning. Most wins by any 1, 2, 3, or 4-year class in Mangham history. And Mangham's won a lot of football games over the years. They've been a part of 2 13-win teams, obviously 2 state runner-ups, a couple or 3 district championships. They've had a great showing for themselves, both in front of you guys, with you guys, and on the football field in our community. You would hope that you could end with a championship. Wasn't meant to be. It's one of those deals that's never going to quite go away, but we're going to get over it. We're going to be better because of it. We fought our butts off to get here, and these seniors were the reasons that we've gotten this far.
Coach tried to talk us up. We just tried to bring our momentum back up, but we couldn't do nothing on offense. So our defense played good, but made too many mistakes on offense.
I mean, it really didn't change for me or any of the linemen. We all thought we were just going to go out, pound them all game long, and then eventually they'd wear down, and they never did.